Hey there, welcome to day 13 of our Well-Being, Wisdom, and Wealth series. Between now and the end of the year, we're just doing a little activity to keep us positive and happy and thinking about the things that we want through the trying times. It's not always trying times, but for some people this time of year can be trying and lonely. In order to combat that, I wanted to share one of my little strategies and tricks that I use on myself every single day to keep my mind on the right track, to keep me thinking of the things that I want, not the things that I don't want. I'm Pajama Grandma, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. In case we haven't met yet, go and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. So it's the first time you're being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. I've already drawn the cards. I've been pulling a card from each of 3 different decks. I love these card decks. They basically summarize books that I love and have read. They're by some amazing people like Louise Hay, Wayne Dyer. There's so many authors that actually publish or have their books now where they come out in this card format. And what I like best about it is you can pick a card from one of these decks and you can carry it with you throughout your day. I mean, these Louise Hay cards, they're like 3 by 3. They're small enough to put in your pocket. They're small enough to carry in a book, even a little book, a briefcase, your purse, whatever works for you. And so whenever something comes up in our lives, because something is bound to always come up in our lives, life is busy, life happens, a gazillion things happen all around us all the time. But if you have a little thing like this that you can pull out and you can read and it reminds you to focus on what you want, it's a really, really helpful tool. So let's go ahead and look at what we pulled today. First, from the Well-Being card deck by Esther and Jerry Hicks and the Teachings of Abraham, we have a really cute little one with horses on it that says, handy dandy magnifying glass, well-being is my natural state of being. Well-being is my natural state of being. The back says, reach for the feeling of well-being first, and everything else will fall into place. Be selfish enough to follow your bliss, and you will tap into the natural, pure, positive essence of you. So, do you know this? Do you believe this? Do you feel this is true for you? It's actually true for every living being on the planet. Only human beings are the ones that block it and resist it and create all these challenges that take us away from well-being. But well-being is actually our natural state. Lack, scarcity, doubt, worry, fear, envy, anger, all those negative emotions, the reason they feel bad is because they're not natural to our being. So that's our first card. From the Wisdom cards deck by Louise Hay, which Louise Hay passed away a couple of years ago. I love her. She is such an incredible example of possibility for all of us. She didn't start her publishing business till she was 60, in her 60s. I want to say 68 or something, which is an incredible story. And she did that for about 20 years and then recently passed away. Incredible woman. She wrote You Can Heal Your Life, I think is the first book that I read of hers. And then she had a companion workbook that went along with that. And she and Wayne Dyer and several other people created this publishing behemoth that has positively impacted millions and millions of people's lives, including mine. So what does Louise have for us today? It says, this year I do the mental work for positive change. This year I do the mental work for positive change. Do we know that everything begins within us and all change starts with our thinking, which impacts our feelings, which impacts our actions, which impacts our results? So she says, my motto this year is, I go for the joy. Life is here for me to enjoy today. Life is here for me to enjoy today. I usually have a motto for my year. Last year I had some challenges and my motto was picked for me, and it was, you got this. And it's kind of carried into this year as well, because at the beginning of this year I didn't pick a new motto. So some years I have mottos, some years I don't. But for last year and this year, it's pretty much been, you got this, you got this, you got this. So whatever comes my way that I don't think I know how to handle, I know I don't know how to do it yet, I will ask myself, how do I get this done? How can I make that happen? And I remind myself as I'm then implementing the steps I've been drawn to do, I just remind myself, you got this, you got this. You might not know the answer right now, but you'll figure it out. You got this. And our final card for today is from the Wealth and the Law of Attraction. Oh, wrong name. Money and the Law of Attraction deck from, again, Esther and Jerry Hicks. Now, why did I pick these 3 decks? Well, because the majority of the things that we as humans think about are health, wealth, and relationships. So well-being speaks to health. Wisdom speaks to health, wealth, relationships, and money and law of attraction speaks to wealth. And I just grabbed those mainly because they were closest to me in my office, and I knew I had at least about 35 cards in each deck that I could use to get us through the end of the year. So that is my real reason for how I pulled these. So our final card from Money and the Law of Attraction says, I do not need to have money to attract money. How many times have you heard somebody say you have to have money to make money? Most people don't start a business because they believe they personally have to have the money to make more money. People believe that. Is that belief true? Absolutely not. So many businesses, some of the biggest businesses on the planet right now, think Apple Computer, Microsoft, Facebook, Sony, all of these started with virtually no money and in people's garages. So what does this one say? You do not have to have money to attract money, but you cannot feel poor and attract money. That is a big distinction. So you don't have to have money to attract money, but you can't feel like you don't have money in order to attract money. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things can begin to change. By softening your attention to the things that are going wrong and by beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of in the direction of what is currently happening, your vibration will shift, your point of attraction will shift, and you will get different results. I think we know that. You have to focus on what you want in order to bring it into your life. If you focus on the lack of what you want, all you're doing is bringing more of the not having what you want into your life. So those are amazing cards today. I'm going to put these in my purse and carry them with me. I actually am going to put them in my goals book. I always carry a goals book with me in my purse so that if something happens on my day today, I can pull them out and I can say, okay, these are the things I want to think about and focus on and pay attention to today. That's it. Have a fantastic day. I will be back with you tomorrow. Bye.